Bow wow.
Welcome to DogStar.
Each week we sit down with a star of hip-hop and R&B, and this week we have the pleasure of sitting down with Summer. Summer in the building.
I'm hoping they add clapping for this. I'm good. How are you?
Just peachy.
Yay.
Thank you so much for coming through, giving us and giving fans a good chunk of your time. We know you're very busy.
Thank you for having me. You know, it's looking crazy outside, but anything for you guys.
Oh, we
Made
appreciate it. Well, let's get right into it. We want to know the backstory. So you were born in Minnesota?
Yes. Born and raised. Most of my family grew up in North Minneapolis, and then my mother moved me out to the suburbs. So, not happy or proud of it. But your girl needed an education and needed to get away from the streets.
Got in one little fight and your mom got scared.
Man, that's what she said. You know what she said.
And but then, you're living with your mom. Who was choosing the music, or who had the best music taste growing up?
Oh man, I think I had the best music taste through my mother because she's a singer.
Oh, okay.
So she was really like versatile with what she listened to, mostly gospel growing up because when she was really religious, and then slowly it started to get into R&B because R&B is like risque, but it's like they don't mean to be risque because they're in love. So she's listening to some Boys to Men, some Mint Condition, and then next thing you know, my sister, who's 11 years older than me, brings up Snoop Dogg, and I'm like, okay, hold on, like I might want to change the vibe a little bit. So that's who started it. But then that was when I lived in Minneapolis, and then my mom moved me to the suburbs, and I had no way of hearing music. So my mom bought me a radio. I know. And I didn't have a TV in my room until I was like, I don't know, like 17, maybe 18.
Wow.
Yeah. And I would only listen to the radio, probably KDWB specifically.
Okay.
And I would listen to pop music all the time. And then that's when I was like, I want to be a superstar. And that's when it happened. 3rd grade, I knew it.
What?
Oh my god.
Listen to the radio every day. And the top songs at the time were I Kissed a Girl by Katy Perry, Rihanna's Umbrella.
Okay.
And I think one Eminem song, When You Walk Through the Door, It Was Clear to Me. This really, really raunchy song. And I was like, yeah, this is kind of the vibe I'm going towards.
Whoa, that's awesome. So 3rd grade. So were you taking advantage of like music classes, entertainment classes when you were?
Yes, my mom put me in a school for arts and science. So they're really heavily on like visual art, which is like painting and stuff, and then music, and then science. And I cut a sheep's brain in 4th grade.
Oh my god!
I know.
What
I don't think that was
crazy
supposed.
Combination for a school.
I don't know what she thought, but she said it was for my education.
Okay.
So went to schools like that, and then over time just kept being really musical in life. And
did you do choir or band growing up?
no, I couldn't. The school I went to, unfortunately, kicked me out because I was dyslexic. I know. I couldn't take a language either. So I didn't learn, like other people usually have like Spanish or like French in like middle school. I couldn't take either because I couldn't read. I was like, that shouldn't prevent me from singing. And they were like, it does. And I was like, oh man. So I didn't, but I studied really hard so I could get accepted to my high school, which was a performing arts high school in St. Paul.
Oh, wow.
Shout out SPCPA if y'all looking.
Heyo.
But yeah, so went there and changed my whole entire life, like trajectory of who I am as a person.
I mean, let's start at day one. You know, who's the most influential teacher that first year?
First year, his name was what's his name? Nathan. What's his name? Herfindahl. He was this very stern man, and he would tell us we sound like polished turds, and that was a compliment.
Okay.
Yeah, music isn't. I don't know if you've ever watched like a music movie, but like people in music take it serious. Like it is scary. Or like if you watch like a ballet movie, that is like not a joke. People are mean. Well, not all. Not all people are mean, but it's a very competitive thing. Music is really competitive, even though it doesn't need to be. Are very stick it to the man. But Nathan Herfindahl was a very impactful teacher. And then the next year he left and I got my first Black teacher. She's a female. Her name was Isla Raleigh, and she changed my life also. She made me understand my power as a woman, but also understand my power as a Black woman and as a musician. So all in one for the last 3 years of high school. She is a saint. And if you ever see this, Miss Riley, I love you so bad. She's my favorite. And actually, the show on the 27th with Vinny, we went to SBCB together, and we had her as our teacher.
Whoa.
So we've known each other
That's
since like
perfect.
freshman year of high school.
That's amazing.
Like singing and stuff. So it's been a whirlwind of cycles of life, and it feels good to like reconnect and see his growth and see our growth, and we're like taking it seriously, even though in high school we never did. It was very jokey to both of us. So
did they have you writing songs in high school then?
yeah, writing songs.
Was that your first early songs?
No,
or?
I didn't write my first song until after. I didn't want to be a musician. I only signed up for the school so I didn't have to do gym in public school.
Okay.
Yeah,
makes sense.
don't run for fun.
No.
But I knew I could sing, so I signed up, and that was 10 out of 10.
So you entered it just wanting to go through the motions, but then ended up finding yourself, finding the world, meeting these connections.
Really meeting genuine people. When you're in a performing arts high school, let me tell you something. It's like you take all the people that are strange at public school and putting them in a pot. Right. And then you seem normal down there. And before I went to performing arts high school, I wore docs and I had circle glasses and had a mustache necklace, the huge. And then you go there and you see mustache tattoos that were probably like stick and poked.
Right.
I'm not saying no names. And some different things. And you're like, the world is big. Like, I think even like being in that school, I first learned about music, but also like gender and people talking about their sexuality or their gender, of saying I want to be non-binary. And I feel like in Minnesota that wasn't being spoken upon until maybe 2017, I don't even know. In like public schools. In my school, it was like an everyday thing and a conversation of if there is a rally or a protest in downtown St. Paul, you can sign to leave your class to go support it.
Right.
Like that was the first time I felt to be a part of something, or people wanted me to be a part of something. School wanted me to be a part of something. And that felt good. Yeah. I felt like I could rule the world young. And that's why I feel like a lot of people should have experienced like performing arts school.
Yeah.
It was a different vibe, completely different. Love it though. Not the best, because it's like Glee mixed up with Euphoria.
So okay.
In
so
a
the
school.
competition and the drama,
And the
but
drama
also the
at
learning.
same,
right.
yes, like all at once. And it's like you're like blinking hard and like life's happening and you're taller and other people are noticing you. It's a lot. And then it's over.
Yeah.
You graduate.
Oh my
and then now you're in the world.
Yeah. Did you meet any like friends or collaborators that you're still working with now at that school?
Yes, Vinny being one.
Oh, yeah.
Tristan Price, he's a huge R&B artist in the city. You definitely got to meet him. He's one of my best friends. And there's a few other people. Dizzy Faye, she's cool people. You've met her.
Haven't met her.
Cool. She makes really eternal music. So she's really good. And a lot of other people that they were in the arts and they kind of veered off to like behind the scenes for arts for like visuals and stuff like that. But some of them I am not in touch with, but most of them I still watch because they did big things. One guy that went to my school was on Euphoria, I think.
What?
Or had like a scene in Euphoria or something.
Ooh la la.
Was it Euphoria? I think so. I think his name is Nico. I'm not sure. But
That's
Nico,
wild.
if you see this, I'm talking about you, boy.
I wanted to ask you about your first times on stage. Was it during your time at this performing arts high school?
Yes.
Can you recall?
You practice that. You practice that every day in front of a class full of 30 people, standing and singing by yourself and being corrected as well. It's very, very self-esteem right away. Like, that's what I said. I was like, a lot of people had to grow into things, but in a performing arts high school, you don't have a choice. If you want to be here for that art, you want to see what an audition is like, the room's silent. And if you're giggling, you're out. Like, it's strict. So when I got into the actual music scene and people are like Summer kind of keeps to herself or she doesn't work with people. And it's not that. Like, I just have really like ingrained etiquette, like of being a stage performer, not talking before I sing or not eating food before I sing. Those are like killer things.
So what was that first showcase like when you're all getting in front of the parents?
Oh man, it was easy.
Because it's
easy.
Yeah, repetition.
It's repetition.
Yeah,
it's just more people. The school's there. So it's almost getting, you still get nervous. I'd be lying if I said I don't get nervous till this day. Yeah. Oh, I get very nervous. When I get nervous, my hands get cold. My hands are cold now.
You're doing a great job.
Thank you. But when you are doing it every day, all you can do is just do it again. Now, it's different when your mom's there, because my mom is front row with the flash on when they say no flash on. And she's like, I love you. What are you doing, Crystal? Sit down. No one else is standing. She's really supportive. She's an ally. I love her. But she was, my mom was crazy at the time. And
gonna get you in trouble.
Oh, man, my friend's like, I seen your mom. I said, oh, man, don't look too hard. She's embarrassing. But I know that she's just excited because I'm doing something that, like, we both loved. And me and my mom didn't always see eye to eye with, like, career things. But I think when she seen that, like, it was actually a thing that I wanted to do, it was more like, okay, I'll support you in that. Because, parents my mom's in her late 50s, and parents are like, that's not a real job. And then I think it took my mom to also go through her life as a woman and realize her job's not what she liked. And now she's like, I want to get a different job. I'm like, well, that's not a real job.
Oh.
And she's like, don't say that. I'm so sorry. So, but yeah, you learn. Your parents start to learn from you once you get older. Yeah. It's a really good time.
So the stage education and training, the songwriting education and training, the vocal education and training. But you had mentioned earlier you didn't write your first song until after high school.
I didn't know what to say. I was a person of many words, but I stopped my stuff. I was so I think I was either judgmental of what I had, or I was either vulnerable. Like I was like, I don't want people to know who I truly am behind all of this, the jokes and stuff like that. So I don't think it really clicked to me that I had to make music as an artist. I wanted to be like Whitney Houston, not have to write, just be a pretty face. But then I got my heart broken one sad winter, and the music started flowing, and the words started coming, and my first EP came out, and changed my life. I'm so sorry. There's something in my eye.
Yeah, no worries.
It changed my life.
We're talking about To All the Boys I've Loved Before. Came out January 24th, 2020.
Oh, man.
Phenomenal project.
Thank you. Oh, my God. Stop it. You're embarrassing me.
I mean, if it is painful, we can't stop.
It's not painful. It's aggravating.
And that's 5 tracks, 6 tracks with the bonus track.
Bonus track. Which wasn't supposed to be a bonus track. Oh. It was supposed to be a single. But I was like, just throw it on there.
Interesting.
I had a feeling COVID was going to happen. Is that weird to say? But I was like, I'm not going to wait for you. I'm just going to put you on. But I wanted to wait and work on it. And then this
belongs with these.
Yeah, I was like, you fit. And I just put it in there. Cool. To All the Boys.
That was a very dynamic project. Like some songs like this, some songs in a different style.
That's my thing. I tend to do that.
Yeah.
But I think that comes from like my early childhood of the radio.
Right.
Because like everything is different, but it all makes you feel the same. I don't know. But first project, and it was really good to me for a first project. Got to work with Ozone Creations.
Yes.
Hey, shout out to my boys. They pushed me to do that first project. I wasn't going to release anything, but they were like, join our group. And I said, why are you yelling?
Yeah, how'd you meet those guys?
Strangely enough, I was a friend of somebody that knew them, and she introduced me to them. And I just started going to their shows and kind of watching them. I'm like, okay, y'all cute, but like, if you could do this on stage, you might be a little better, kind of thing. Like, kind of judging them because I'm, from like performing arts high school. So I'm like, okay, this is good. And then one day, a friend of mine, Barry, also amazing Afro artist in the city, invites me to his release party, and I go to this big house, and everybody in Ozone was there, and other people, like other local artists. Like Ozone was the only place that I knew that could get everybody in a space. And I mean, there was like 50 people in this house.
I was going to say, at what point in time how many people were in Ozone at this point in time?
This is when this was before anybody was even in Ozone. It was just Obi and Breezy and I think Bakari and Chinwe.
wow.
There's only 4 of them.
Okay.
And then they were trying to make a collective,
Right.
which turned into 13 artists.
Whoa.
Adding our amazing Libyanka, who is doing amazing for herself. That's my baby. Love you, Libby. And at the time she was in it, Metro, Barry. We had a few. It was really Afro-based. And we were trying to get some Afro-fusion with like adding hip-hop and R&B because all music stems from Africa, we believe. And we were like, it's all home for us. Even if it's not your home there, the music that you listen to is an origin of that. So you should enjoy all of it. And you're welcome to enjoy all of it. And that's when I was like, oh, they mean business. Like, this is a family.
Wow.
So at the time, they Obi put me in a corner and he said, join the group. And I said, no. And then he said, join the group. And I said, what do I get out of it? And he said, an album. I said, okay, I'll join the group.
All right.
That's all I needed.
So we're
Free of
locked
charge.
in.
Free of charge. And then
So
they gave a lot of criticism because I never recorded.
I suppose.
And I needed that. And that's when I knew it was like, I'm gonna rock with these people forever because honesty is genuine. You're blessed.
So are you doing, so I don't know what the setup is at Ozone. So you're recording with them and they're making the beats and engineering and everything?
So the thing about Ozone, so Ozone is a collective. And we call ourselves Ozone Creations because we don't just do music. That we do make our own beats and we do our own videos or do our own photo shoots and promo and logo. We do it all because we can. There's 6 of us and then it all can be distributed. And we don't want it to feel like it's a label because we don't want one person to have a job. We all should be able to do one of these things if one of our pieces fall.
Right.
Because we're equal. Like that's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And I would never give a job to Bakari knowing that he can't do it. I would give it to the other person and be like, show Bakari how to do that. So if you're not here, somebody knows how to do it, you know?
Oh, I love that.
So we always collaborate on everything. Everything, if we can set our mind to it, a quick music video, a skit, a commercial, we'll do it. We'll make it happen.
Yeah.
And music-wise, too, we don't stop. It doesn't stop. R&B, hip-hop, funk, soul, pop, everything. They don't ever make me feel like I'm in a box. Doesn't feel like I'm always in competition. It feels like a genuine, I don't want to say, because they always say iron sharpens iron, which is valid. But it doesn't feel like iron. Like it doesn't feel like we're sharpening each other.
Right.
It feels like we're always sharp and we didn't recognize the sharpness. You didn't know that you could cut somebody. You know what I'm saying? So now you're in these spaces where other people, you're like, I'm nervous about this show. And you're like, well, you have rehearsed 8 times in the last month. And I'm sure this person didn't rehearse. They have a band.
Right.
They have a look. They have all these big things, but that doesn't mean that they're any better than you. And that's sometimes you need that. And sometimes you need people to see that in you if you can't see it in yourself. And that is very much so what my guys do for me. And I hope I do that for them. They're cool peoples for sure.
We're sitting down, sorry to interrupt, with Summer here on DogStar. Make sure to follow her at Summertime TV on Instagram and YouTube.
Yeah, spelled like your name with 1 M. Follow us at DogStar Podcast.
We'll see you right after this.
Pow wow. Bow wow.
Welcome back to DogStar. We're sitting down with Summer.
You mentioned earlier that it was a breakup that kind of inspired you to write your first song.
Oh no, not a breakup, just a situationship.
Oh, got you.
Not like we were together.
But still, an emotional trauma.
It was trauma.
Yeah.
It wasn't. I mean, I guess it was emotional. It wasn't okay. It was a lot. It was a boy that wasn't my boy that I was doing things with. But not the point. People grow and people change. And I wrote it because he didn't want to talk to me anymore. And I said, why not?
Yeah.
And then there's that one. It's called Just Friends because he was telling people we were just friends and we were doing clearly more than friends would do, I thought. But, you know, beggars can't be choosers. And then Down Low was my second one. And that was my favorite song because it was about a boy that wanted to keep me a secret. Each song on the album, by the way, was about a different boy. And a bit different experience for the boy. So, kind of like, did you see the Netflix original? That's what I named it after. To all the boys. And she wrote letters to each boy she ever loved.
Oh.
And then they accidentally got out. Kind of thing. So that's kind of what I was doing for myself to like let a lot of pressure off my chest because I was like, I like these boys, but I'm over it. I'm about to turn 21. I think I just turned 21 when I dropped the album. It was 2022. Yeah, my birthday is January 24th, so I always drop on my birthday.
A lot of sense.
I always drop on my birthday. If you don't celebrate your birthday, you need to celebrate something about you. And my birthday is my favorite.
But
so
dropping that first project was cathartic.
It was something. It didn't feel like anything until people would come up to me and be like, "Aren't you Summer?" And I'm like, "Well, who's asking?" Because I don't got nothing on me. I got no money on me. Why?
Right.
They're like, "No, I heard my friend played me your song." And I said, "They did?" And I was like excited. And I'm like, "Wait, okay." And then that's when I started realizing, like, oh man, like people really listen to it. I was just doing it to get it out off the chest, and people like can relate and people need it. And I was like, oh, I can really make some money off this. That's what
amazing.
I thought to myself.
With the entertainment business mindset.
Yeah.
And you're locked in with Ozone at this point.
I was just planning it, and the plots were plotting, and the bills were coming. It was great. It was perfect timing for sure. But then COVID happened.
Right. So were you able to perform like before COVID happened? Any of that album?
I did not get to perform before COVID happened. My first show was during COVID. Oh, no, I lie. Actually, I performed the year before COVID.
Okay.
So I had my album in the works, but I had nothing recorded. I was really getting on stage and just playing the beat and singing it live. No backing track, like just singing it.
The whole project?
The whole, like basically, yeah. Like people were asking me to do shows. So after people started noticing me, I did shows. I probably did about 50 shows that summer of 2019. And then met Ozone that summer, end of the summer, and started working with them my whole project that fall and the winter. And then I dropped it on my birthday.
Cool.
So they kind of just geared me in there. But after COVID, I wanted to do bigger things because when I was with Ozone, they were showing me the big life. I was doing shows at colleges. I was meeting podcast people. We were doing a lot.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is my time. And then COVID happened. I said, okay, maybe it's not. Maybe it's not my time. It was a good reset to know what my sound was because I didn't think I really had a sound. I was just doing R&B music. And I knew that R&B music wasn't my calling. So that's where the second album came from because, needed to hear myself for once and believe what I was doing was a calling, was a passion. That's something I could do.
And between those two projects were a lot of collaborations. Were those done predominantly digitally? Because it was during COVID, some of these did come out?
No, they're interpersonal. It's probably like two of us in a studio or like, us two and then the producer. Some of them were separate, but some of them I really wanted to kind of get to know these people when they're asking me to do a song.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is this song about? I told you I was a visionary. Every song that I have has a vision to it, a storyline to it, whether you like it or not. Whether this person, if I'm on your song, now you have to have a vision for it too. So now I'm like creating these storylines and me and Vinny have a song called Hold Me Till Morning. And he basically says that it's like this Bonnie and Clyde kind of song. And the first thing I said is grab the arms and I'll grab the legs. And he says, that's crazy. I'm like, well, you're saying crazy things too.
Right.
But like, that's what I want people to understand, the feeling of what it feels like to be in love so much that you would kill a guy and hide the body. It sounds crazy, but it's true.
Right.
And I feel like that song conveys that. So it was a lot of one-on-ones, but also separates. But I am really communicative, so I usually like to be with the person. Yeah.
And again, on your birthday, 2022, you drop Addicted as the single.
Love Addicted. That was my favorite song. It was my first song that had a visual. I never had a music video until then. I shot that with Matt Wales, another great videographer. Yeah. And
you directed that.
I sure diddly did.
You directed
because I'm a visionary. I said,
That's...
this is my story. And
So did you picture it in your head while you were writing the song, or when you listened to the final song?
So I didn't write the song. My dear friend Lamar Xavier wrote the song.
Oh, that's right.
I know so many great people. Another amazing artist. And one day I call him. I'm having writer's block, and I wrote that song in the summer too. And I said, I want a song that's about me. And he's like, well, what do you mean? And I'm like, I want a song that is about me. Like I want people, when I sing it, people like, yeah, this is a summer song. Like this is a summer song. And I think he had some things written, but I sent him this beat that a dope producer named Morris sent me. I said, I want it to this song. And it has like this really bubblegum pop vibe and nobody's doing that. So I was like, I sent him within, a day. I said, if you give me this, I will make sure that this song goes wherever it needs to go. He gives me the song, coaches me through it. I portray it the way I need to, the way people I hope like it. And I got a billboard in New York from that. Got to have a great music video from that.
Yeah.
Met a lot of dope people from it. And I directed it. And I thought it all through in this delusional head of mine of what people would feel or think of when they felt summer. When I like, how addicted are you? And when I used the analysis for the video, what are the 3 things people are addicted to? Alcohol, sugar, and entertainment. And so I pop out of a cake, feed it to a guy. I'm bringing drinks to the people, and they're drinking it and feeling a little woozy. I don't know weird stuff because they clearly wanted to be there. They gave me consent, okay? And they drank it. And then the last one was me at the beautiful Granada Theater, and people watching me do what I do best, which is entertain people. And that was my concept of it. And Matt just executed it so well for me.
Yeah, I wanted to ask about, were those sets already at the theater? Were those sets built or on the stage there?
No, that's what the theater looks like.
Okay.
Beautiful space. It's
amazing.
Really elegant. And I end up having the release party there also. So I made everybody dress up and wear gowns and get to experience what I like to do. I went to performing arts high school, so we didn't have like multiple homecomings and proms. We had one prom at the end of the year on the last day of school. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you're worked up to... get a pizza party. Like, come on. So I grow up, and it's a thing that I do recently because I did it for Relapse too. But I make people dress up because I think people should be there. You don't want to wait to get on an award show. I'm not going to wait until my moment. I'm going to create the moment if I don't have it yet. And that's what I do. And that's why I like to throw these things on my birthday, because it's my birthday. Celebrate me. Why not? Got nothing better to do.
Speaking of creating the moment, that reminds me of the Ozone like stage presence and stuff like that. Was that, I mean, you said you guys don't have roles, but like, is that kind of your role within Ozone or what?
One of the many.
Sorry, guys. Well, the band is called Summer and the Boys, but we decided on Ozone, okay? That's what I call us, at least. That's what we think it's called. So they already had, I'm having deja vu. It's crazy. That's a good thing, I think. Yeah. The boys already had stage presence and like understanding their music. But I was like, the 2 things that come, like the 2 types of people that come to a show are women, period, and people that are invested in it. Like people that have to be there. And then the people that come along, right, with the women. And I said, you have to be entertaining. Your music you can have good music, but nobody's listening when you're just standing there. Nobody cares. Show them what this song is made of. Because you don't have a visual to it, or you don't have backup singers or a band, point someone out and sing to that person. Why do you do it? Well, 1, I was trained to do that. But 2, I see the difference of how it can make the room feel when you isolate someone. The room feels like, oh my gosh, maybe they should get a room. Like, even though you're not doing anything, you're just putting on a show for a song. But people are so used to like, it's my art, it's my craft. And I'm like, yeah, so bring it to life.
Yeah.
It's not going to be anything if you don't sing it as if it's not in a studio. Sing it as if you are meaning it. Sing it like you wrote it yesterday.
Bring another dimension.
Bring a dimension to it. And the guys always had it, but I work them like Jackson 5. Yeah, if that's what you're wondering. I make sure that we rehearse, and now, before it was really hard, but now they make sure we all rehearse and we all take notes on each other. And we like the wow factor of stage presence because it makes people feel like they're a part of us.
Yeah.
Like they feel like they're not watching us, but they're watching us enjoy ourselves. And people are like, they're cool. We want to hang out with them because we are genuinely having a good time.
Right.
We're just using it as a practice until we're on the Grammys.
That's so important.
So yeah, so we're just having fun, and we have cues and all the other stuff, but I work them like dogs.
And then
Bow Wow.
Bow Wow.
Yeah, exactly.
You had mentioned Addicted. That was a single, but also the 7th track off of this album you had mentioned, Girl Against World.
Girl Against World.
That came out in September of 2022.
Yeah.
A few more tracks on that one. 10 tracks, 10. No bonus on those.
No bonus. That was all. That was meat and potatoes. That was the meal. And I wrote that for myself. The album was for me.
Wow.
For the little girl that needed when she grew up and was having a hard time making music again or finding her calling. She had it in music. She could listen to it. And it's really hard because when I was writing those songs, I didn't believe any of them. I'm just writing it because I wanted them to be out. Just get out of my brain. Get out of my brain. And that happened to be more nostalgic than the first EP. And people love things and people love notice. In some of the songs I didn't even want to release. And people were like, oh no, like the world wants to hear this.
Are there songs that you chose not to include on the album or everything that came out?
Everything that came out was there. And I was going to take a few off and they said, no, leave it. Yep. And so I left it and it really changed my perspective of myself, of like the talents that the things I could do for myself in music that weren't R&B. And I think I did a pretty good job. And it's all women on the album too. So I made sure that it was mainly women. It was directed for women, the girls, the gays, and the theys, making sure that everybody felt included. And the guys, always. But, sometimes guys are scared to admit that they like pop music. They say, I don't like pop music, but I like Addicted. Well, then you like pop music. That's what you like, right? And it's really hard. So I try to make music for everybody. That's my goal, to make people feel good. That's all I want to do. My name's Summer. I was blessed with a name like that.
Yeah.
So what am I supposed to do? Be sad? I mean, it'd be ironic. But I happen to have this really bubbly personality that works well.
Yeah, where does that come from?
My name?
Your bubbly personality.
Don't know. Like my mom, fun fact, okay, I don't know if she's going to be happy about this, me telling you guys this. But sorry, Mom. She told me she was really sad during her pregnancy with me. She's just not happy. And she said, it just makes no sense how you came out with this utmost Powerpuff Girl bubbly personality. I said, I don't know what happened either.
I mean, maybe that's what the world needed.
I think she conjured that up.
Yeah.
And I tell her, I thank her for that all the time because I'm just like a mini her. Even though, you don't want to be your parents. She's a lot. But I'm pretty sure people probably say that about me. So I'm like, it's valid. Well, you did your job, Crystal. We love you. And yeah. So don't know where it came from, but it's always been. It was never just discovered. It was always there. I was quiet for a little bit of my life, but I think I was just observant of what makes people laugh, what makes people cry. Be cautious. I'm really cautious of people's emotions and stuff because I used to be mean. Yeah. I used to try to because I was too nice and people would walk over me.
Right.
So high school, you're trying to be more closed in. I'm listening to Sleeping with Sirens and what's the other group? One Republic. It was a different time. It was a different vibe for me. And then finally my friend was like, that's just not you. I was like, you're right. It's not me. And then we started to do more things. Also because the people in our lives would do drugs and drink. And I wasn't there yet. I wouldn't have the urges to do any of those things. So I think I had a lot of time to myself and I entertained myself. And then that's where the bubbliness got overjoyed. Spending time with myself. So yeah.
I mean, your understanding of your own emotions and the emotions of those around you really comes out in the lyrics and the vibe of your music.
I try. Because I know that, I don't know. You guys tell me, but there's a space in your life where you're just in limbo. Or it's like you've been doing for something really long. That's what I was feeling about music. That's why that album came out. I said, I'm doing this, and one, I'm not where I want to be, right? And then two, what am I doing? Am I doing it wrong? And then three, am I with the right people? Am I sacrificing things? Do I need to sacrifice things? And then you start to overthink, and all this music's coming out of it, and it's all emotional and all over the place, and it's just like a big roller coaster of emotions. And I needed it. I listened to it to this day. I never, before that album, never listened to my music. Never listened to my own music willingly, unless it was played by somebody else. And then one day I was really sad about the album. I was sad about myself, and I heard things come on. I said, okay, girl, we're going to get through it. And it was really uplifting. I said, not you jamming out to your own music, but I was like, that's a blessing to be able to do. To for yourself to bring you out of a sad place.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Wow.
A lot of stuff. I talk a lot.
What?
Do I talk a lot?
That's what we're here to do.
Yeah,
We're here to
exactly.
listen. This is perfect.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Girl Against the World, you're saying that the projects for you is 10 tracks. It's more pop, which you feel like is more authentic to you?
Yeah, because I feel like popular music doesn't have to be like it's not a genre. Pop music is whatever's popular.
Right.
It can be hip hop, R&B. It can be country for all things. What was the one song? Do you know that song? I think Nelly's in it. Baby, you're a song. You make me want to roll my windows down and cruise. Do you know that song?
With Nelly?
Yeah. And I was thinking like, this is only in a good life will a rapper and a country star get together. Only in a happy life would that work. And it works every time. So.
Do you have any plans to do country music?
We have about 1 minute.
Yes.
Oh.
That was my quick answer.
Hey, I like that. I mean, I want to get some more rapid fire ones. People who have never worked on a team outside of sports, so people who are a little bit more introverted, any quick advice to maybe getting started with networking or working with other people?
Trust your gut, trust yourself, and if you like yourself, people will see that and they will surround themselves with you. Don't get too crazy and allow everybody in your space. Trust the people you allow in your space and love them correctly. The end.
I love that.
We're sitting down with Summer. You can follow her on Instagram, Summertime TV, SUMERTIME_TV.
Period.
Make sure you follow Ozone Creations at Ozone Creations and Ozone Creations 7657 on YouTube.
Follow us at DogStar Podcast. We'll be right back with more from Summer.
Bow wow.
Bow wow.
Welcome back to DogStar. We're sitting down with Summer.
We were just talking about Girl Against the World. So that was...
Girl Against World?
Girl Against World.
Yeah. Like verses.
Right. Girl Against World, exactly. September 2022.
Yeah.
And so, since then, you've been foot on the gas, shows, doing Ice House, doing First Ave, Main Room, and 7th Street.
Festivals. We did Pizza Luce, too. It was a crazy one. Crazy big. It was a good time.
Was that outside?
Yes. It's outside. They blocked off the street. It was amazing. Yeah, we've done a lot of stuff. We went to grades, we threw a lot of parties, block parties, and got to know a lot of people that last year. Mm-hmm. It's amazing.
Yeah, I've got some of just want to make sure I don't miss. Yeah, Art of World, that's the Pizza Luce one. Mm-hmm. And Ice House, and then now Green Room.
Yeah.
Definitely been...
I feel like I'm on tour.
It's kind of like
it's like a tour, Minnesota tour. That'd be dope. Yeah, next year we're gonna do college tour.
Yeah,
so we're hoping.
Oh, that's perfect.
Get the boys in the van. Let's go. And maybe do a Midwest tour, but I would like to go other places.
It would be sick.
You had mentioned it earlier, obviously, practice and repetition and confidence to prepare for a show. But is there anything that you uniquely do to prepare for a show, whether it's, tradition or ritual or
I always have
practical?
I have a ritual every time I have a show. I make sure I take the day off of work because I feel like it takes a long time to get myself together. Not just looks, but I have a band and also to find my center. So I pray and I meditate, do a little yoga, ring my singing bowls because I feel like certain frequencies make me feel better. And I don't talk to anybody. I hate when people call me on show days. Don't call me. Don't text me because I'm very precise as a person. So I probably already told you the information.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And the day of, when I'm trying to center myself, is not the day to mess up the vibe, okay?
Right.
But people don't mean to, of course. But I usually send them to my assistant. I'm like, can you answer this for me? Because I just cannot. It's idiotic. But I think that's the only time I'm really like, is when it's show day. So I try to like find my zen because I have to give all my energy in 30 minutes in a whole 24 hours. But 30 minutes is going to be the staple of the day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So usually those things, take a shower, cold shower.
Cold shower? Okay.
Yeah, and then a warm one to warm up my vocal cords. A spoonful of honey, make sure my phlegm's gone. I don't eat before a show. But if I'm feeling spicy, I take a shot before a show.
Okay.
Just kind of loosen up so people are because I get nervous still. But, one shot won't hurt. And then I ask for a shot on stage, and then there's 3. So, it's a win-win.
Bing, yeah.
It's a win-win for me. But, I usually I take time to myself because I'm always on go in my actual everyday life. So just a good, solid 8 hours to myself is really what I ask for.
Sounds like you take it very seriously.
I do.
I admire that.
I hope so. Because I never know people if they've ever seen me before. I want to be at my best, for real, new experience.
Give them the best show. Yeah, what's your mindset like right before you go on stage? And then what?
Yeah, 5 minutes, Summer.
Yeah.
Everybody says 5 minutes. I'm like, I look at everybody and said, you're going to do great. If I mess up, don't do anything. Keep going. And they just kind of then the band is like, okay. They usually got me. I forget my lyrics all the time. And I take it, which is so crazy, I take it less seriously when I'm actually on stage. It's not as structured as I plan everything because I lose the aesthetic of me being free Summer. Then there's no free Summer. I always take my shoes off. I never wear shoes on stage. I will never wear shoes on stage.
Why is that?
It makes me feel grounded.
I love that.
I feel so in tune. I feel on my feet. I feel fast on my feet. I feel like people see me as like Summer sometimes. And then I'm like, when they meet me and then they're like, oh, Summer. I'm like, yeah, I'm just a normal person. I do a lot of crazy things on stage and this persona, but like, I want to be you guys' friend. This music is for all of us. Like, it's not just for you. It's for me. And me giving this to you is like a gift. I want to give you a show and I want it to be good. I want it to be memorable. And I want people to be like, I remember the first time I seen you perform, which happens a lot and it warms my heart because sometimes I don't even remember the shows.
Right.
So it's like, yeah, it's amazing.
I know we're jumping around the timeline a little bit, but I wanted to ask about playing and singing with the band at first. Was it a hurdle to get over or did it just click?
Well, performing arts high school.
Right. You're already primed
First,
for it.
So working on it most of your, teenage life of cueing people and stuff like that. I'm not good at it now because I don't take anything serious. I should, but it's comfortable. So I'm like, take it from the eighth bar. And they're like, what is that?
Knowledge,
yeah, I just know that. They're the basics. And it helps them, but they also teach me. My band always teaches me. And I love that for them because I just am I'm just on go. I'm like, let's do this music. And they're like, you need to breathe. So.
Heck yeah. So you brought 2 tracks.
Yes.
Ready or Not. I don't know what order you want to play them. I assume we were going to do Ready or Not and then Relapse.
Always.
Just because Coup d'etat came out first.
Yeah, Coup d'etat did come out first. So it's Ready or Not. That's the vibe.
You got to tell us what you can about that. We've got about 5 minutes left before we're hearing these 2 tracks.
Okay, Ready or Not is a song that I wrote for a company that offered me less than I was worth for my first record label. And that's when Ozone was like, we don't need a label. Actually, like, write a diss song to them. And I said, what's a diss song to a record label? And they're like, Ready or Not. And going into the song, it's just me and Obi in the studio. And I said, I want to be Motown. Like, I want to put my foot on people's necks of funky, soulful music again. I want something my mom can listen to. Yeah. And he delivered that. He played all instruments on that song. And I wrote it about somebody that said that I was bland. And I said, okay, well, whether you pick me, I'm going to make it. And I'm going to see you on that carpet. And I'm going to remember you.
That's good motivation.
Yeah,
so that's good to know that story now because it's...
And that's why I fit on Coup d'etat because Coup d'etat is it's a mission of trying to break norms and be like, this is who we are. And we want to make a staple in that. So, yeah.
Yeah, such a good project. If you haven't listened to that came out in September of 2021. That's 18 tracks of gold.
And then we've got the second song you brought is Relapse, which is just the
After
single
Addicted,
floating in the world right now.
Yeah.
Could it be attached to something? Might we get another project coming soon?
A project,
Everybody's asking.
Everybody's asking. It's for a project. Relapse. Relapse is for a project. And I'm really excited to drop this project because it's about my healing process, which I was explaining earlier about finding self. It sounds like my whole life I've always trying to find myself.
Yeah.
But a lot of people kind of get in your way. So Relapse as a song was about the opposite of Addicted, and Addicted is about people loving me. And Relapse is about me loving someone so much. Like, I need it. I need to have it one more time. Please, please, please. Like begging for someone to pay attention to me, even though in the past, I felt like everybody had paid attention to me. But now I just want this one person to pay attention to me. And that's what Relapse is about. So, yeah, it's going to be a part of an album. And
how'd you pick it to be the single?
it was Sexy.
Yeah.
I feel like I always... Addicted was sexy and Relapse is sexy. I always push the sexy stuff because I think it's like people are never prepared for what's actually going to be on the album.
Right.
To be honest,
I mean, you guys got to watch the visualizer for Relapse. Speaking of sexy,
because Relapse was another January 24th.
It was on
drop,
my birthday.
but
yes.
then the very steamy visualizer music video.
Yeah, visualizer music video. It was supposed to be like a short thing, but then
No, I think
ended up being
that's
amazing.
like, what else would the music video be for that song?
Right,
It
dropped
couldn't be
on
anything
Valentine's
else.
Day.
Yeah, Valentine's Day.
Yeah, that was really well plotted out. But honestly, I almost died. I had surgery, and December.
What?
I was in the house for a month planning Relapse, my drop for that. I couldn't go back to work. Filmed the music video the moment the doctor cleared me to walk and be free.
Oh my god!
Filmed it in one day on the day after New Year's, and I had to do it. We had a 5-hour time slot, and they cut it into an hour and a half because they were closing early. We shot it in an hour and a half, and my dear friend, Crazy Kid Chris, he was amazing. He was like, we've been friends since like middle school, and he was like, I don't want to do this. I said, no one asked you. Just do it for the fame. And it ended up being a really good video and a good experience because I was nervous because I just got out of surgery. So I was like,
wow.
I was like, maybe I'm scared to show my body and scared to feel this way. But I was like, the song makes me feel this way, and this is the only vision I have for it. So stick it through.
Yeah, exactly.
Stick it.
That's amazing. Yeah, to learn the meaning and the true life behind these projects.
I told you I was always on go. They tried to keep me down. I said I will not be sick. So the video will come out. And I invited my doctors to see the music video too.
I love that.
So they were like, we might not. But I sent it to them and they did respond. It was cool. Yeah.
Can we expect any other pre-album drops?
No.
Like, is there going to be any, or are we just waiting on the
I just dropped a
day?
teaser. I dropped a teaser on my page for EDM song.
Oh.
That's going to be on the album.
Okay.
So it's going to be another dynamic album.
All of them will probably be.
Pop star from here on out.
I'll try to be a superstar.
Man.
Yeah, you are a superstar.
Hey,
For real.
you let them know. Next time they ask about me, you tell them. Certified DogStar.
That's right.
Thank
Sponsor
you.
me. Okay.
Thank you so much for sitting down with us, and thank you for doing what you do.
Yeah.
Inspiring us, inspiring listeners, hopefully artists out there.
I hope they enjoyed, and I hope you guys know my name is Summer, spelled with one M. If you don't know, I'm coming to find you. I'm just kidding.
Follow her, Summertime TV, at SUMERTIME_TV. It's Summertime without the _TV for the YouTube. Or, no underscore with the TV.
He'll know. They'll know.
Follow us at DogStar Podcast. And remember, everything comes easy to summer. We'll see you next time.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in. Check out the DogStar merch on our bio.
We'll see you next time. Bow wow.
Bow wow.
Ready or not, 'cause here I come. If you wanna feel the groove, baby, don't you sides, don't speak. Daddy, don't be shy, come eat. Looking on these thighs, good grief. Watch you improvise on me. Hold me by my